I'm back with another video, and today's video is kind of like an FAQ, frequently asked questions video, in a little more detail. The reason I'm doing this is because I've answered a lot of these questions before, but I'm still getting more questions from people who've never been before, and I guess I just didn't give enough detail the first time. So I thought I would go ahead and answer some of those questions again today. So the first question is about the luggage tags and how they work. So the luggage tags are if you are using Disney's Magical Express, which is the transportation service to and from Orlando International Airport for guests staying on Disney property. They pick you up at the airport and drop you off at your hotel. You can't be dropped off at another hotel or at the parks. You have to be dropped off at your hotel. Then on the last day of your trip, they'll pick you up from your hotel and bring you to Orlando International Airport. If you are driving yourself, you do not need to use the luggage tags. The luggage tags I'm talking about, they are bright yellow, and they are they're the sticker kind. It's not like a hard plastic luggage tag. It's a great big long sticker, and you put it through the handle of your suitcase for your checked luggage. It's your checked luggage only, not for your carry-ons. So a couple of weeks before your trip, you get sent these luggage tags, and if you're booked with Magical Journeys, your agent will send them to you. And when you get them, you put them on your bag at home. Then when you check your bag at the airport, that is the last time you see your bag until you are in your room. So you do not have to pick up your bag if it has a yellow luggage tag on it and you're flying into MCO. The yellow tag indicates that it is for Disney guests, and then it gets transported to your hotel and then to your hotel room. So hopefully that clears that up. You bring your luggage with you when you are going back to the airport at the end of your trip. It goes underneath the bus if it's a large checked bag. Okay, so when does the bus pick you up? So the bus will pick you up, well, on the way to your hotel. It picks you up right after your flight. You don't have a certain time, so you don't have to feel like you have to rush, but you can't like spend the night at a hotel in the area of the airport and then come back to the airport and get on the Magical Express to go to your hotel the next day. So you do have to be reasonable. You get on the bus, like I said, right after your flight, and then it takes you to your hotel. Then at the end of the trip, the bus will pick you up, and you arrange this with the front desk of your hotel. Scratch that. At the end of the trip, the Magical Express bus will pick you up 3 hours before your flight departure time. So you are expected to be at the airport 2 hours in advance and that's for domestic flights. Now they also have the ability to do airport check-in at your hotel, where you can pay for your bags for certain airlines, where you can pay for your baggage fees and whatnot, and then check into your flight, so you can skip that portion of it when you get to MCO. But again, it's for certain airlines. So, but definitely look into that. It's a very nice feature. Okay, another question I frequently get is about the FastPasses. People just don't understand how they work. So the old system of FastPasses, you walked up to the ride you wanted a FastPass for, put in your park ticket, and then the machine spit out a paper ticket for your FastPass, and it had the return window on it. That is no more. They do not have that option at all. Now, you book them online ahead of time. You book them 60 days in advance if you're staying on property. If you are not staying on property but purchased your tickets like online, say ahead of time, then you can book your FastPasses 30 days in advance. So you can only book a FastPass for the number of days you have worth of park tickets. So say you're staying at Disney World Resort for 9 days, but you only have 4 days worth of park tickets. You're only going to be able to book 4 days worth of FastPasses. So for each day, you get to book 3 FastPasses ahead of time. That does not mean you only get 3 FastPasses for that day, period, but ahead of time you only get to book 3. All 3 need to be in the same park. Now there are some parks that have just one long list of rides you can choose from, and then there are other parks where there's tier 1 and tier 2. So the rides are split up. You can choose 1 ride from tier 1 and 2 rides from tier 2. And that makes a little bit more sense when you're doing that, when you actually see it. You do that online through My Disney Experience. And once you're booked, you will be able to set up your My Disney Experience account and link it to your reservation once you have your confirmation number. So you go online and you reserve your FastPasses. When you do that, you select your rides, and then the website will give you, I think it's like three or four, I can't remember which, 3 or 4 options for times, and they're pre-scheduled. You do not have to pick those times. Just pick the one that's closest to when you were hoping for the FastPasses. Then when you get to your next screen, you can adjust the times of 1, 2, or all 3 FastPasses. Once you get to the parks, you use your FastPasses for that day, and once you've used the last FastPass, you can then go and book a FastPass for another ride or experience. You can use the in-park kiosk. They have kiosks you can do this at, but it has to be at the same park for which you'll be using the FastPass. So if you use your last FastPass in Magic Kingdom and you want to book a FastPass in Hollywood Studios, you need to be in Hollywood Studios to use their kiosk. You can also use your phone, but we've not had luck with that. We're gonna maybe we can try it again in August when I go next and see how that works. But that's kind of the gist of the FastPasses. 3 per day. You book them online. Some you can choose from the entire list. Some they're split up between tier 1 and tier 2. Magic bands. I've gotten many more questions about magic bands as well. Once you are booked and you set up your online My Disney Experience account, you will be able to go online and customize your magic band. That sounds a little bit more dramatic than it really is. You're picking a color, more or less. They have pre-selected colors, and you can choose which one each person that's going on your trip wants. And you can also choose what you want the inside of your magic band to say. It can have your name, it can have a nickname, but it just goes on the inside, so nobody actually even sees it but you, and then you pick your color. Then they arrive, if you live within the US, they arrive a couple of weeks before your trip. They are sent to you directly from Disney. They do not go through your travel agent. They're sent to you a couple weeks before your trip if you live in the US. If you do not live in the US, you pick them up at your hotel upon check-in. If you have them before you leave for your trip, like if you live in the US, you can use them when you're getting on Disney's Magical Express, and they'll scan your magic band then. If you don't have them, it's not a problem. They send you like a paper book with vouchers, and then they can just use that instead. So hopefully that answers some of the magic band questions as well. Okay, in terms of payment. So if you are booking a package, meaning if you are booking your room and tickets and dining, your room and tickets, no dining, or your room and dining, which would be a ticketless package. If you're booking a package, your total balance is due 45 days before you depart for your trip. If it is just a room with nothing else, then that balance is due on arrival. For a package, the deposit is to hold the room is $200. For a room only, the deposit is 1 night stay. So hopefully that clears some of that up. And if you want to make payments, that is certainly possible. You can just have the $200 deposit or 1 night stay, and then if you want to pay a couple $100s, a month later, that is certainly possible. You can pay along the way, or you can pay it off in one lump sum whenever it's due, 45 days before the start of your trip, or like I said, at check-in, whichever works for you. So hopefully this answers some of the questions that were still a little bit confusing in my previous videos, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.